missing.
Well, I wonder if Barbara's having a little bit of trouble with her internet. That I know when I signed on, I had to drop and come back up, and that to get it to come around. But, she's a couple miles, down the road from where I'm at. But yeah, like I said, the internet didn't seem to want to cooperate first thing this morning.
Yeah, normally she's here on time, but give her a few minutes.
You're missing two.
Good morning, everybody. This is Melissa. I just want to make sure everybody can hear me okay?
Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay, good. As you can see, we're just waiting for President Balin and Director Murphy.
Yep.
Bless you, Abby. I didn't hear it, but I saw it.
I got myself on mute quick enough. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Yeah, that'll be a drawback to a live meeting. You can't mute it.
Right. There's Barbara.
Okay, here I am. Good morning, everyone. She thinks I'm talking to somebody. She doesn't know. She thinks somebody's at the door. At any rate, sorry about that. My clock was a little bit late this morning, so just want to say good morning and call this special meeting to order on. What was that? Okay.
Yeah, it might have been me. I turned off my phone. I have a call coming in, and so I didn't want it to ring. I'll just put myself on mute. That's the best.
Okay. Well, all righty. Let's see. Melissa or Michaela, are you available, and shall we begin the meeting?
Good morning, Barbara. Both Melissa and I are available and ready.
Okay, thank you. So I'd like to call the special board meeting to order on June 4th, 2021 at 9 a.m. And Michaela or Melissa, would you please call the roll?
Okay. We'll go ahead. Director Balin.
Here.
Director Boatwright.
Here.
Director Kearns.
Here.
Director Murphy.
Here.
Director Ringen.
Here.
Okay, all 5 board members are present.
Thank you. All right, so before we go into closed session, I'd like to call for the Pledge of Allegiance. And if we could get the flag and everybody else put themselves on mute, I will recite the pledge.
1 second, Barbara, and I'll get that ready.
Whoever's whispering, we can hear you.
We're working on how.
Sorry, Barbara.
It's a training session still.
Okay. I didn't know if it was personal or, we're just on the up and up here. Okay, great. Thank you. Okay, so with that, I will recite the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Okay, thank you, Michaela. So before we go in again, we will call the public forum together. And that is, I'd like to welcome the members of the public who have taken the time to attend this meeting and provide comments on matters related to district business. Any member of the public may address the board relating to any matter within the board's jurisdiction. This need not be related to any item on the agenda. However, the board cannot act on an item unless it was noticed on the agenda. Persons speaking during the public comment will be limited to 5 minutes, or depending on the number of persons wishing to speak, it may be reduced to allow all members of the public the opportunity to address the board. So Michaela, at this time, is there anyone that would like to address the board in the public forum?
Yes, thank you, Barbara. We have one member of the public indicating public comment, and it is Sally Rhodes.
Thank you. Thank you and good morning. I wanted to speak about the Phoenix Lake Preservation and Restoration Project, as I have before. And I want to just go back over the fact that this was a grassroots project that started in the community from some homeowners in the lake area in 2004. These people were enjoined by the TUD Water Committee in 2004 to become an official Phoenix Lake Task Force. And they recruited representatives from agriculture, CAL FIRE, Environmental Resources, TUD engineers, fish and game biologists, botanists, and all of them met monthly at TUD and produced a comprehensive report in 2010. Through a grant from Sierra Conservancy, TUD hired Horizon Consulting to develop the engineering study to enable implementation of a complete stewardship program for this lake. The Horizon report was presented in 2012, and it was elaborate in its scope and its detail, and its estimated costs of over $12 million. The pillars of that report emphasize improvement in water quality, water quantity, sediment mitigation, sediment removal, wildlife habitat restoration, fire mitigation, public access, and education. Horizon wisely said the approach would be required to have multiple phases because there were a broad number of tasks, and suggested that sediment removal and mitigation was where they should start. After that report was released, there were 12 different community organizations and legislative committees in the Union Democrat all endorsed the remarkable plan and said, quoted in the newspaper, that TUD should be in charge because they have the most clout when it comes to getting federal grants earmarked for clean water and environment. Once the plan was obtained, finding funding took time and granting permits even more time. And dredging began in the summer of 2020. $6.4 million was allocated, and this was specifically for dredging and sediment mitigation. In the summer of 2020, 170,000 cubic yards of sediment were removed from the northwest and central areas of the lake, and a sedimentation pond was engineered for Sullivan Creek. Horizon had noted that 444,000 cubic yards were needed to be removed to achieve the scope of their plan. To date, 40% of the sediment is removed, and an important area of sediment mitigation is completed. However, what's been removed is 40%. As a physician, I cannot give a patient 40% of a prescription, 40% of a surgery, or 40% treatment and be satisfied. In fact, the effort would be worthless in the long run. Horizon Consulting never suggested that less was okay. They were very clear that the full study needed to be completed for proper stewardship. While the sediment removal at the end of one end of the lake is done, the south and east areas have had no effort due to a variety of problems encountered in the attempt last summer. The dredging of this area is critical to enable the current flow that was designed in the original plan to enhance the quality of the water and the quantity of the water and reduce the milfoil growth that occurs in late summer. And it was also supposed to enhance wildlife by increasing the island size in the middle of that area. Many people emphasized their concerns, and TUD wisely asked this for further information about this project. We learned this summer that the permits that were so difficult to get still have time left, albeit limited. We learned the estimate for wet dredging might be. We learned that much of the funding would have to come from grants, but there are many additional tasks beyond just the dredging that remain to be done. As you review your CIP and budget, I implore you to not let the Phoenix Lake project be sidestepped for the big projects if possible. I realize there are many competing priorities and I do not have knowledge of the scope or the importance of them, but this was the task of a lifetime, and stewardship of the lake as a water resource is all of our jobs, but most importantly, TUD. I would recommend that the TUD board consider the following. Number one, issue a formal recommitment to the stewardship plan of this Horizon Consulting, both the concept and the details. Number two, outline a list of tasks in that report that are not done and assign a priority and costs to it. Number three, produce a multi-phase plan for the task so that the stewardship will succeed. Number four, commit to an annual reassessment of the stewardship plan as Horizon had outlined was necessary to monitor all the results. Number five, commit to an ongoing community education effort to assist in the stewardship, as Horizon outlined that unless the community understood the needs, there was going to continue to be sedimentation runoff problems from a number of areas. As I prepared these remarks, I think about how my mother-in-law and others had worked so hard on this project. She is moving today into hospice assisted living with advanced dementia. Like many of the original grassroots voices, hers is no longer heard. I am committed to raising those voices again so that this is not forgotten. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sally. Is there any other public comment at this time?
There is no public comment at this time being indicated.
Okay, then with that, I will close the public forum and announce the next item. Either Melissa or Michaela, would you please read the closed session item?
Okay, item number A, public employee appointment, title interim general manager.
Thanks, Melissa. Any public comment on this, Michaela?
I do not see any public comment at this time.
Thank you. If there is no public comment, then the board will reconvene. We'll convene into closed session and then have our deliberation and then come back out and reconvene in open session. So with that, Michaela, will you please, whatever we do, go send us to through the portal to the closed session room.
Yes, thank you, Barbara. I will open the closed session room now.
Thank you. Just making sure we're all here. Okay, looks like all the board members are here. All right, so I would like to close the closed session and reconvene into open session. And I would like to report that the board has taken a reportable action. And the reportable action is by a 3-2 vote to appoint and select Don Perkins as interim general manager and to fill that position until a permanent position has been filled. Those voting in favor are Barbara Balin, Jeff Kearns, and Ron Ringen. And those opposing are Lisa Murphy and David Boatwright. And with that, Thank you. Good working. And that concludes this board meeting of June 4th, 2021. Thank you, everyone.
See y'all Tuesday.
Thank you,
Great weekend.
everybody.
Good working.